going? Hi guys. Got my wife recording me here today. And my Everything Bible's little tumbler here. Hot coffee. Oh yeah. That thing keeps it hot. Anyway, I wanted to do a quick review for you guys today. I just got home late last night and came home to a whole bunch of mail and stuff that I had to go through. And one of those things in the mail was my CSB single column personal size Bible in genuine leather. Comes in this, clamshell box, and right now it's empty, so it's not going to come out. But pretty good box. And here it is. This is the personal size single column leather, genuine leather cover. And it's actually, I was worried about the size because everything else that I've seen is of the pastor's Bible, and that thing is pretty big. This one's a pretty good size, and just for comparison, I know a lot of you guys know what the PSQ is. This is a personal size Bible, and just hold them up here. I mean, it's a little bit taller and not much wider at all.
Turn it sideways.
Turn it sideways? Like this?
No, the other way, frontwards.
This way. Okay. I'm getting to that part. It's just a little bit taller. Thickness-wise, it's also not much thicker. If you can kind of see that, I'm going to lay them kind of, I do this to judge thickness. But I think it said it's like 1.8 inches thick, where this is like 1.25 or something like that. So pretty decent. The font size on this is amazing. It's a 10-point font, and of course it is single column. So you've got your. I'm going to try to flip to, here we go. So that's single column, and I'm really liking it. I read through it a few chapters last night. It's real easy to read, real easy to see, and the verse numbers are pretty easy to pick up. I thought they were bold. I mean, they're, I guess, maybe a little bit bolder, but they're easy to pick up. And one thing I really like about it is with the PSQ, you're going to have, like, as you're reading, you're going to come across like all your cross references and things like that. And while you're reading it, it breaks up, the spacing of the words, and sometimes it makes me stumble a little bit. This, you don't have that problem. The only thing that you do have are the little references as to translation messages and things like that. So not a whole lot of busyness going on, so it makes it a lot smoother and easier to read. One question that I did have, because I don't see very many reviews on this Bible specifically, with like this is another CSB, this is their thin line reference Bible. You've got a Pacedown Liner, and it's this like cardboard stuff, and as you can see, it's starting to already come undone right there. So I didn't want to spend the extra money on the leather one if it had the same liner. So I emailed Holman. They told me that it was a latex liner for extra stability, and it is. Now it is still a Pacedown liner, but it is synthetic, and it's pretty well done. Smith sewn, and it does come with 2 ribbons, and again, pretty decent. And it says goatskin leather on the back. It says genuine leather on the box. It says goatskin leather on the back. And I always do the smell test, so It does smell like leather. It's not a strong leather like this. This is the calf skin. It's not a strong smell, and you know, I don't know, it's not a real high quality leather if it is goat skin at all, but it is leather and I do like it. And I've seen, you know, people comment they don't like how it wears. Some people love how it wears. It does like a little antique, you can already see right there because I like to lay it down sometimes. It wears, it looks pretty antique when it does wear. It does come with the 3 hubs, and hubs are for, you know, when it's laying down, it kind of protects the text on the outside. And some cool features about the personal size single column is it does have a concordance. The PSQ does not. That's not a huge deal for me. But one thing that I really liked about the PSQ was the lined paper in the back for taking notes. And this one has a double column lined paper, some pages in the back. So that's really cool. I like Bibles that have, you know, some lined paper in it so that I can take notes when I want to. And of course you have the typical CSB color maps in the back. You know, pretty decent maps, and I also have gotten in contact with Skylar. Skylar will be producing the Quintal Series in 2020, so all of you Quintal fans out there, you're gonna have to wait about another year, maybe a year and a half. They didn't say exactly when, but sometime in 2020 they'll be coming out with a Quintal Series, which basically means they're going to be coming out with their Quintal, which is the you know, full-size PSQ. I don't know if or when they will be coming out with a PSQ. It might be another few years after that. But I love the PSQ. It's probably my favorite layout, my favorite format. Other than all the, you know, cross references, but at least they do it well. What else? Oh, the paper. Okay, I was worried about this as well, because in this thin line, now granted this thin line's like a maybe $20 Bible, maybe. And you know, the paper on it, it's not great. You can already see, you know, I've got some wrinkling there. It's stiff, and that's just from, you know, me holding it. There's a couple places where, like down here, it gets a little wrinkled because when I'm reading it, I hold it like that, and my thumbprint does that. Now, again, this is not technically a premium Bible, so it's not going to have premium paper. It is printed in China, but it's pretty decent paper. I think it's a little bit thicker than what's in here. So ghosting isn't that bad. I mean, you'll notice it a little bit here on the side, but when you're trying to read it, I mean, it's negligible. You know, you can hardly see it. Of course, the pages are still sticking together, but I really like it. And so if you haven't heard of the CSB, crawl out from under your rock and check it out. Now I'll say I got this CSB because it was cheap and I was curious. I wanted to see if I liked it. And of course on the box you see it says faithful and true. And the CSB, they call it optimal equivalence. So you have NIV is a dynamic equivalence, thought for thought. NASB is going to be your formal equivalence, which is word for word. This gets you right in between there, but I think it's a little bit more on the word for word side, but it's extremely readable. It reads like I talk, you know, except not so broken. But you know, I think it's a little bit more literal than people give it credit for. Because again, I took these two, this is NASB, this is CSB, and I would open them to the same chapter and just read them, you know, side by side. And in some places, CSB is actually more literal than NASB because of the word that they use, where NASB will have your little note, your footnote, and it'll say literally this word. Well, this one will have that word, that literal word. And you know, it's a really good translation. I really like it. It's getting a lot of momentum right now. Pastors are starting to preach from it. So I think this one's going to take off. I really hope it does. And you know, I hope that there are not frequent updates like other translations have had in the past. Like NASB has been untouched since 1995. 2020, they're going to do an update. And I've seen little previews of it, and I'm not super fond of it, but I don't have to get an updated version. I can just stick with my 95. So anyway, I think I have covered everything I wanted to. You know, and this one does come with a presentation page on cardstock. And also, this is a black letter edition, so no red letters, you know, no words of Christ in red. At first, when I first was getting the PSQ, that kind of bothered me because I grew up with the red letter. But once you start reading it, you realize you're not missing out on much. And trust me, when Jesus is speaking, you know it, even if it's black letter. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I was going to make an announcement. I'll do that in another video. But anyway, God bless you guys, and have a great day.